Hi, if you're new to my channel, my name's Emily. I previously did a video where I reviewed the Breville Aquastation Purifier Hot, and I'll pop a link to that video in the description box below, so definitely check that out. It's been a month since I did that video, and today I've decided to do some tips and tricks from what I've learned about the machine. So I'm going to give you 4 tips and tricks to help you with using the machine. So, tip 1. If you want a really hot cup of tea, I recommend running some water through the machine first, because the first section of water that comes out isn't the set degrees. So I'll pop my mug under, press hot, set it at 100 degrees, do 100 millilitres and press start. So this water coming out, even though it says that it's 100 degrees at the top, and that's what I've set it to, it actually isn't 100 degrees it's coming through. It is still hot water though, so I use the mug that I'm going to make my cup of tea in and just kind of swirl the water around, because it's also going to heat my mug up then. I put it under and then I'll make my cup of tea because the water is going to be hotter. The other thing you could do is to actually heat your milk up. So I use a milk frother, the Nespresso Cappuccino, to heat my milk and then put it in my cup of tea to ensure the temperature is hot enough. I, preference-wise, prefer to actually just run 100 millilitres of hot water through into my mug first, discard it, and then make my cup of tea. I just like that it actually warms my mug up, and previously when I've worked as a waitress, that's what we used to do with customers' mugs, just to ensure that nice hot cup of tea. So that would definitely be kind of my pro tip there, is milk frother, run 100 millilitres through, but I'd probably go for the 100 mils. Tip 2, refill the machine before it becomes completely empty. So on the side of the water tank we have a max line and then a minimum line. When it hits the minimum line, the front display will come up and just flash fill tank. That's when I recommend you fill the tank up. If you let it go all the way down to the bottom, it's going to come up with an error code on the front of the display, and the only way that you can reset that error code is to actually switch the machine off and back on again at the plug. So I would definitely recommend just making sure that you keep it topped up, and definitely before it falls below that minimum line. So tip 3, work out how much your mugs hold. So this mug holds about 300 millilitres. So when I'm making a cup of tea, I put 250 millilitres in, and that just leaves enough room for my milk and my tea bag. This one holds about 250, so I put about 200 millilitres in. Work out how much your mugs hold so you can work on making that perfect cup of tea. And finally, tip 4. Check out my video where I do an in-depth review of the Breville Aquastation Purifier Hot. Again, I'll put the link in the description box below, so definitely click on that, check it out. I talk more about the functions and features of the machine. Thanks so much for watching.